Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing the GTX 1080 in Cyberpunk 2077. This one is the Asus Strix version of the card, so it comes already overclocked out of the box. I'm running it with the latest NVIDIA drivers for 60.79, and I'm also running it with a Ryzen 7 3700X and 16 gigs of RAM, as you can see right there in GeForce Experience. I'm gonna go over the settings right now. We're playing with the texture quality set to high because, well, we got 8 gigs of VRAM in this GPU, so that's no problem. And right now everything is set to the lowest settings. We're going to be testing it at low, medium, high and ultra settings using 1080p and 1440p resolution. So starting off at 1080p 1920 by 1080, this crowd density setting is also at high settings because it doesn't really make too much of a difference, at least with the 3700X and an SSD. The game is installed on an SSD. Okay, here we are. It's nighttime. I found out that nighttime is actually a little bit more demanding, just a tiny bit more demanding than daytime. We get like 1 or 2 more FPS at daytime, and yeah, let's just start counting our FPS and grab a car or something. This is gonna be a little bit different from the 1650 Super, RX 580 and 1660 Ti videos, where I did pretty much the same thing in every one of those. Let's grab a car. Here we go. Oh boy. All right. Hopefully I'm not gonna die very soon. The game's on the easiest difficulty because, well, I'm just benchmarking. Okay, this is a very slow car, guys. Was that a flashbang? And is that why everything went kind of like bright? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's my previous car. Unfortunately, we can't really use that anymore. All right, let's keep on moving, my friends. We're getting 70s. Not too bad, but I think it's performing around the same, or it's very similar at least to the GTX 1660 Ti, and it just goes to show you that Pascal is kind of getting old at this point, which really does suck to see, to be honest, guys. Like, the GTX 1080 is still kind of a beast in a lot of games, but these newer DirectX 12 titles tends to run a little bit slower on Pascal compared to Turing, not to the point where, oh, okay, so we got a stutter because of that Steam notification. It's not really the game, I think. But yeah, Pascal cards should be slower than Turing in the X12 titles, but not to the point where the GTX 1080 is slower or matches a GTX 1660 Ti. That makes like no sense because the 1660 Ti is very close in performance to the GTX 1070, and this one's like, what, 25% faster than that? So I believe the 1070 is gonna struggle a little bit in this game. Unfortunately, I don't have that card, so I can't really test it, but yeah, that's the reality of it right now. The game is really demanding, and with last gen cards, or at least Pascal cards, it doesn't really run as it should. We're dropping into the 50s right here. We've seen the same thing with the 1660 Ti in this same area, and over here we actually get CPU bound, so that's why the FPS are dropping. It's nothing to do with the GTX 1080, it's just the 3700X is not enough for this game in certain situations to achieve 60 plus FPS. You know what, it's still a very playable experience, and again, compared to the GTX 1660 Ti, we got like, what, 3 less FPS, maybe 5 less FPS on average here on low settings. It's also nighttime, so keep that in mind. That's a little bit more intensive than daytime, and we tested daytime in the 1660 Ti. But yeah, it shouldn't really be a night and day well. anyways, let's stop it right there and do medium settings. 68 FPS average, 42% lows. I don't think it dropped into the 40s, but yeah, it's just because of those little stutters when we got CPU bound. And alright, medium settings are now applied. You don't even need to restart the game, to be honest, but I'm gonna do so anyways. Let's load the last save. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start counting our FPS, and let's just grab a car and maybe go in that direction this time around. Is this a good car? Probably not. Is this a good car? Nope. Can I actually rob the car? No, I can't. Why? I really need to progress into the story a little bit, but as I'm just benchmarking, I just wanted to get into an area where I can run around freely and gather some averages, 1% lows. Oh, this is a good car. Yes, finally. Okay. Nobody saw nothing. All right. Nobody. Oh, there's police here. Okay, let's get in, please be faster, buddy. Why can't you be faster than that? Jesus. Okay, we're fine, guys, we're fine. Yep, all right. Oh, I can break that thing. Let's go that way then. Alright, we're good. We're good now. Unfortunately, it's dropping quite a bit into the 50s and even 40s right here. So that's insanely demanding right now with all of the lights and stuff like that. And yeah, I believe those people that told me that their GTX 1080s were performing worse than the 1660 Ti, well, you're kind of right, because so far, at least, we've gotten like, oh god, that was a stutter right there. We've seen a couple of less FPS on average compared to that GPU, and at the very least, it matches the GTX 1660 Ti, you know? It might not be slower because, well, it's nighttime again, and so just a little bit more demanding, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's very close in performance to the 1660 Ti, and it should be way faster than that card. 1% lows are dropping into the 30s. Every time I'm here in this area and move the mouse around, you can see the frame time graph going all over the place, and that's why our 1% lows are lowering there. Oh, okay. But yeah, we didn't really see it dropping into the low 30s, yet our 1% lows are at 31. I guess they got a little bit of optimization to do in regards of that. I think whenever you become slightly CPU bound, just slightly, it becomes a stuttery mess. It's not really stuttering. It kind of feels like frame skipping, to be honest. Let's stop it there and do the high settings this time around at 1080p, and I'm just gonna disable motion blur because I don't like it. Here we go. These are the high settings. Everything else is still the same, still at 1080p resolution. Okay, here we go. It's actually an autosave, so we are in a different area. Actually, you're starting in a different area at least. What is that song? It might be copyrighted. Let's get away from here. Anyways, I'm gonna start counting the FPS. Here we go. It doesn't seem to be too different from medium settings. What just happened there? I think the guys were robbing someone. You know what? Let's kill everybody. Yep, alright, I even killed the civilian, but that's okay. At least I'm getting the bad guys and they won't kill anybody else. Can I shoot in the car? I can shoot in the car? Seriously? Why is he not doing anything? Maybe easy difficulty. Alright, here we go. Okay, he's shooting at me. Oh, my car is on fire a little bit. Okay, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? That thing just popped out of nowhere there. Oh my gosh, the popping in this game is real, friends. Trying to get out of here. Alright, we got this. Is that a bad guy? No. Where's the bad? There he is. There he is. Oh, explosion there. Is that a flash? Yep. The game looks really, really good at these settings, by the way. Did the guy kill himself with a grenade or something? No, there he is. Okay. Okay. Come on. Come on, this is taking a while. There we go, finally. We got tons of loot here, I guess. Let's try to pick everything up here. Okay, we got this gun. Okay, so that's been it. I actually looted everything here, I believe. What is this? It's an ATM. Okay. Game's looking really good, guys. Like, ray tracing is obviously disabled. We got another stutter, by the way. But it still looks amazing, and there are still reflections around the map and everything, basically, the car there. It still looks insanely good on high settings. I'd probably play like this if I had a 1080p monitor, but I have a 1440p monitor, so I'd obviously play at my native resolution. Closed road. What the heck is that guy doing there then? What the hell? But yeah, I think overall you can expect like 40 to 50 most of the time. Over here in the intensive area, you can see that it's still kind of does that frame time thing, but it's not as noticeable or as accentuated as it was before. Still gets 40, so not too bad. Right, okay. I did that on purpose, by the way. Ultra settings here, and as I told you, I don't really need to restart the game, but I just don't really feel comfortable going into it, just changing that. Shut up, don't swear in my videos. But yeah, as I was saying, I just don't really feel comfortable setting the settings there and just hop into the game instantly. Yeah, I really like to make sure that everything is fine. He was yeah, his hair is clipping through the car there. That is very interesting. Or her hair. Oh, she's not Dead. You have a wife, please. I'm not doing anything to you, buddy. I'm gonna restart it. I don't care. Ultra settings. Doesn't seem to be dropping too much, to be honest. It's dropping into the 30s, and we haven't really seen it drop into the 30s yet at other settings, but it's not too bad, is it? I think it's kind of playable still. As I told you in multiple videos already, I think 40 FPS on average is still playable here in this game, as long as it doesn't drop into the low 30s and especially into the 20s. I could definitely play this game like this and have fun doing so. The game looks amazing on Ultra, but I think the high settings experience is just a little bit better. Those extra like 5 FPS will make a difference because we were basically almost all of the time above 40 FPS with high settings, and right now we're very often dropping into the 30s, and surprisingly these are the exact same averages and 1% lows as we got with the GTX 1660 Ti at the same settings. Now again, we'd probably see like a couple of less FPS with the 1660 Ti when testing at night, so it still gives the advantage. Oh gosh, I'm glad this game is broken sometimes. The 1080 still has a little advantage over the GTX 1660 Ti and 1660 Super, so there's that, but it's almost negligible, to be honest, and you couldn't really tell them apart if you were playing them like separately and not side by side, you know. Can I? No, I can't grab it. Alright, never mind. We're gonna have a little bit of a fight right now. Never mind as well. Okay, we're now at 2560 by 1440 using the low settings preset, as you can see. Okay, we're back here. What's happening? Who called the police? For what? Like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna grab this. Don't know what that... What do you want? I'm a Cyberpunk. Are you kidding me? Wait a second. You got pretty nice hair, buddy. Hi. Are you seriously? I was just standing there. Jesus, that was amazing. And I forgot to count our FPS. So sorry, my friend. Oh my god. Oh my god. There are no reflections now in the ground, or they're very poor quality at least. It's much less impressive than like medium settings or high, definitely. So that's to be expected. Obviously, this is low settings. I think that if you have a GTX 1080, you're not a low settings guy, if you know what I mean. You don't really want to play your games on low, even though it looks really, really nice. Well, you probably paid like 600 or 700 bucks for this GPU. You want to play games on high settings in 1440p resolution, and the 1080 was an extremely good card for that back when it launched in 2016. But right now, at least in Cyberpunk, which is pretty much the most demanding game out there at the moment, it can't really do so that well. I kind of expected a little bit better actually, like 48 FPS average there on low settings, 1440p. It might actually not even be playable for some people at this point. If you are after that 60 FPS experience, I guess 1080p low is the way to go with the GTX 1080, and it just feels kind of weird to say that, because this card can run, for example, Call of Duty Warzone at 1440p high settings, always above 60 FPS, but it can't run this at 1440p low, even at 60 FPS on average. That is insane. And I am aware these are very different games, of course, and this has a ton of more things to do and a ton of more details and people walking all over the place and whatnot. A heck of a ton of effects and stuff like that, but still, I'd like to see a little bit better optimization, at least coming from the Pascal cards. I am very impressed, by the way, that my other card is still there. That is very interesting. What are you doing? Why? Why? Let's do medium settings this time around. This is the preset, and oh yes, those reflections are back now. You can see a massive difference right away. I think medium at 1440p, if you really want to play at 1440p, is the way to go with this card. Alright, let's load the last autosave right here. Okay, here we are, back into it, and let's start counting the FPS. So, we're in the 40s, well, not 40s, we're in the 30s now. Very interesting. If it drops from 30 FPS at high settings, I will be mad. I think the 1660 Ti didn't really drop from 30 actually, not 40. But yeah, 1% lows are already at 30 FPS for some reason. I didn't really see it dropping that far, so 1% lows are a little bit wrong in that regard. But still, this is extremely demanding here. Most demanding little place in the benchmark run. Actually, it's probably not the most demanding little place. We probably get like lower FPS just driving around, but it's pretty demanding, that area, at least CPU wise as well. Oh boy, of course. Oh man, did you see the lights in that car? In any car actually, like they only show up very close to you. That's one big issue with this game at lower than like high settings or even ultra settings. I've seen some shadows popping in at high as well, very close to you. And do keep in mind, I installed the game on an SSD, so that's not the problem. I'm sorry, I was turning back, okay? But you know what? Usually I test games at daytime because it looks better, and for the thumbnails especially and stuff, but this one, it really pops at nighttime. Okay, here we go. High settings, disable motion blur, everything else is on the preset, of course. Over here still the same, and 1440p resolution. Gonna start counting the FPS now. Oh boy, okay, this is getting really demanding, my friends. 1% lows are already in the 20s. Again, we didn't really see it drop that far, but this isn't really promising, I think. Okay, all right, well, I just did that. Oh boy, oh, sorry, go back, let's go back. Oh, 29, it dropped from 30. I am mad now, guys. CD Projekt Red, please. What is this optimization for a GTX 1080? Come on! How can a 1660 Ti perform around the same as a GPU like this? I'm not sure if it's Nvidia or CD Projekt Red, but wow, I am impressed that the Pascal GTX 1080 is struggling so hard in this game. It's hovering around 30 FPS most of the time. Sometimes it drops into the 20s. At least it's only to the high 20s, so there's that, but still. I'm not liking this performance whatsoever, and that what is going? What the heck is? What? What are you? What? Yeah, what the? That's right, dude. What the hell is happening here? Oh my god! So I just killed everybody, of course, but you know what? Never mind. Those are way too many enemies there, and we got 25 FPS in all of those particles. You know. Yeah, guys, I'm not sure if there is a point in testing ultra settings at this point, because we got 32 frames per second on average, and it's dropping quite a bit sometimes. Yeah, 29. Yep. Shut up! Police is after me. Oh, no. Right. That's it. Ultra settings, disable motion blur. Okay, so this is it, friends. The ultimate test for the GTX 1080 to die on. It's already getting 20s. Like, I think the averages are probably gonna be below 30 FPS at this point. Oh boy, it is rough for a GTX 1080. Now, if you do overclock this GPU, you might be able to get 30 plus all of the time at 1440p high settings. But I tried to overclock my GTX 1080 and it was crashing a lot here in Cyberpunk, so I ended up going with stock clocks, which is still factory OC'd, but yeah, 24, 25. Not good, guys. Not good. Really hope that they come out with a patch or something to improve performance, especially in the Pascal cards. See you in the next one very soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.